Only on top.
Welcome in, everybody.
Only on top.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got quite for you tonight. I've decided to shuffle out and to get the message out on the table first before I went ahead and did all the shuffling, because I think that takes a lot of time out of it. I will be clarifying some of this tonight as well as I go through the reading. This message isn't going to be for everyone, but this message very well could resonate with those that. So take the meat, leave the bones, so to speak. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me here tonight, and I do appreciate all the support that I've had over the time being that I've been on here on YouTube. I just want to take out time to acknowledge you. Thank you for being part of my miracle. Thank you for being part of my checkmate and allowing me to continue despite the sabotage, despite the evil eye, despite the darkness, despite everything that's trying to bring me down. I'm grateful for the support that I've gotten thus far, and anyone that is supporting me, I wish you protection. I wish you abundance and prosperity and healing and courage to be bestowed you for your support. Okay? And even if that is viewing, watching, whatever, if you have a good mind, good intention towards the situation at hand, I do appreciate. Okay? For the karmics and the saboteurs, okay, you are going to be outed in this reading tonight. Okay? There is definitely energy here that's confirming what I've been saying all along. All right? I'm just letting you know that now. The chat is open to members only, and to those that would like to send a super thanks, super chat, or super. Again, it's all greatly appreciated. It's putting food in my mouth, as this is the only income I have. So if you think that I'm not appreciating this, or if I'm just looking for pity, you are, the ones that are supporting me, you are keeping me going. I'm very appreciated of that, and I hold you in my heart and my soul. So thank you so much again. But as far as mix, you're chomping at the bit. I know that. I know you are. And I know that you know that I know what you're doing and what you've been trying to get away with for decades. And you're trying to push the shame and the guilt onto everybody else by creating havoc and chaos where there was none. And it's because of the darkness in your heart and your soul that has brought you to this point. And I tell you right now, you should be scared, frightened. You should be nervous, because the boot is about to fall right on your face. That's divine vengeance. And I'm specifically been told by Spirit to tell you that. You should be scared at what's coming for you. For what you've done, this is decades in the making. And you're thinking you're still getting away with it. You're thinking that you can still throw rocks and hide your hands. I guess you're pretty delusional, because the truth is about to come out. The truth is about to set me free from any shame that you. I guarantee that. My word is my bond. I don't make promises. So, tonight's reading. Whoever I'm speaking to, collective, whoever this message is resonating with, you are one powerful individual, okay? And people take that for granted, take that as Spirit's wanting me to say as a weakness, because they misunderstand you on purpose. Okay? You're whoever I'm talking to, you're dealing with people that do not want to take accountability for their own suffering and own pain, what they've been doing. Okay? They are definitely, it's definitely a situation. They're trying to push the blame onto you. They're trying to push the shame of their guilt onto you by totally destroying your life. And it's getting to the point now where being revealed. People are starting to see their true colors, okay? And you are standing in your power. You've always been standing in your power. You've always been trying to strive for that next level. You've always been trying to strive to move on and to live a happy life, okay? And if you feel collective, and I'm talking to my divine ones, my divine collective, if you feel that there may be any karmic debt left over, you have paid your karmic debt. Okay? You've paid your karmic debt through the self-sacrifice of how you progressed through your life, how your lessons through your life, how you've applied those lessons to better life. Okay? That karmic debt that you feel that may be holding you back has already been paid. It's been paid a long time ago. Okay? But you do have villains in your story. And these villains have been working together. There's more than one. They have been working together to bring you down, to take away your happiness, to keep you out of the moment, okay? To rip away the good vibes, and have you procrastinate and delay any type of forward movement. Okay? Welcome in, Renee. So, ultimately, collective, you're not crazy. You are a survivor and a warrior of spiritual warfare. And you've spent your life almost in shambles because of this spiritual warfare being thrown at you. Okay? And tonight might be a very eye-opening reading, because it's going to the surface that may help you connect the dots to certain situations that you dealt with. All right? And I know when I put out these cards on the table asking for what is the general message for this evening, what do we need to know about right now, and what can we do to overcome our challenges and to step into our next season. So this is the reading that I'm going to bestow upon you this evening, to bring about some sort of enlightenment to you. So I do appreciate you for joining me tonight, and we're going to... Somebody that got swindled into this whole mess is wanting to do a double take. And they are wanting to reconcile with you because they are in darkness. And it's due to the fact of what was told to them. Okay? Because ultimately what was told to them is... It was meant to dim your... It was meant to destroy you. It was meant to take you out of your element. It was meant to distract you. It was meant to bring you out of what you were actually thinking about. Now, we have the Universal Christ out here. Okay? I'm going to read that card. And I'm also going to read as far as the Revelation as well. Okay? So just give me a moment to grab that, so that way I can do so. Alrighty. There we go. So, Universal Christ. I'm going to start with these cards because it's the basis of who you are. It's the basis of stand for. It's the basis of your own energy. The emptiness you presently feel is helping you reconnect to aspects of your nature that you have kept repressed for some time. Let go of all actions that surround you at the present and bring your awareness within. In the empty space of your solitude, you will find a hidden treasure. This is a period of profound self-discovery. You need only listen to the whispers and ask yourself what it is you truly want from life. And remember that when it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice that you make leads to an outcome which is necessary for you to grow in love and wisdom. You will emerge from this phase with clearer direction for your life. As a result of this, some of your relationships are likely to go through major changes. Relationships no longer serve you may come to an end, while others become stronger and more meaningful. Trust the inner guidance that you receive. All right? And then we have revelations. You will soon find the answer that you seek. So sit quietly, bring your focus to your breath, and meditate. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart. The answer will come from within. It is understandable that the current circumstance is creating anxiety and stress in your life. It is human nature to want to make sense of everything in our lives. However, don't waste your energy trying to figure everything out logically, for this will only cause further confusion. So trust the loving guidance within you and know that all unfolds in perfect time. All will fall into place over the coming 2 months. And I've been feeling that things that I'm dealing with is definitely going to be coming to a head by December. So there's definitely something coming out. There's definitely something being revealed, and there's definitely something going on to where the truth is coming out. And the truth will set me free. The truth will set you free. Okay? So there's definitely a overwhelming feeling of justice. All right, collective? And the thing is with this is that somebody's sitting on the truth. Okay? They heard the story, they heard the accusations, and they're sitting on the truth. They are sitting on whether or not to speak up or to not speak up. All right? Now, this is a person that can very well go both ways, be a part of the lie and the deception, or they can stand with morality and integrity and stand for justice and the truth and speak up. Okay? So they're currently right now on the fence. All right? Of whether or not they want to speak up or not. It's really kind of, I'm picking up on the fact that they're trying to gain courage and confidence to come forward and speak up on this. And this is someone that wants to reconcile with you. Okay? They got mixed up in the rumors, the lies, the deception. Okay? And these people are feeling rather hopeless, I would say. They're definitely up in their head about it. And I'm also kind of picking up on the 5 of Cups. So I do sense a sadness regarding this individual who's on the fence about speaking up on the truth. Okay? And the thing is that this person right now is feeling like they're in the dark. And I feel like they were in the dark about you. They were in the dark about your talent. They were in the dark about your gifts. They were in the dark about who or how they should perceive you. Because for some of you, you don't really show certain parts of yourself to absolutely everyone. Okay? And it's not out of not being who you are and being present and transparent. It's just some people don't wrap their head around certain things. Right? And I do feel that the person that this reading is, you're very adaptable. Okay? You're adaptable. You can pretty well hang out with anybody and get along. All right? And it's almost as if these people that are coming at you and coming against you are jealous of you. That you could literally sit down and pretty well relate to anyone. Okay? Because of the life experience that you have. All right? And the thing is that this person was in the dark about your gifts. They were in the dark about all of this. And because of that, it's brought them to a place of speechless. They're speechless. They don't know what to say. Okay? how to come in to talk to you. They do not know how to communicate what they need to communicate. Okay, so it's been very difficult for them to wrap their head around it. Now, the thing is that there was chaos created. All right, and it's almost as if they were possessed or taken over and infiltrated spiritually. And it's almost as if they kind of this autopilot situation where they were doing something and they didn't know what they were doing. Okay, they didn't know why they were feeling a certain way. They didn't know why certain feelings or certain thoughts or certain scenarios rolling around in their head, because they couldn't match or they couldn't make sense of the situation. Okay, and they let the chaos get to them and they failed to communicate this to you. All right, and these got swindled into ruining your new beginning. All right, they also got swindled into keeping the truth from coming out. All right, and they were part of the group trying to bring you absolutely no hope. This is the group that was trying to prevent you from healing and prevent you from ascending and stepping into some sort of new beginning or new independence or a new endeavor or whatever the case may be. It could be a new job, a new direction, a new inspiration, whatever that looks like for you. Okay? They were part of the no hope. All right? And some of these people knew how talented you are, but they left these people in the dark. The ones that they swindled into the mix to try and help them, they left that part out. And a lot of this is they left out the part that you're actually divinely guided, guarded, and protected. Okay? Because had people knew that you were on the right side of things, they would help them. They would have been looking at them like they have rocks in their head and horns on their head, and they would have been like, what are you even doing? Why are they would be questioned. Why are you even to this person if they're on the right side of things? Okay? So instead of doing that, they deceived them into believing some sort of rumor, some sort of gossip, some sort of lies regarding. Okay? So this is the whole thing, right? They were part of the Hope crew, and now they're sitting there in their head because they've been left in the dark. And all they've seen since you left is darkness. The thing is that whoever you are, you very well could be an earth angel, you very well could be a star seed, you very well could be a chosen, you could be a shaman, you could very well be someone of very importance, okay, to the divine. And I do believe with this universal Christ and revelation, people are recognizing this within you. Okay, people are starting to see the truth, and this is why they're backing away. A lot of these people that are backing away from you were part of the No Hope crew. All right, and they're backing away because they should have known better, and they do know better, because the truth is coming out. The people that are coming at you, their days are numbered. And it's not a big number. It's not a big number at all. So, karmics, whoever you are, you chose not to heal, you chose to stay bitter, you chose to be in the energy are, it's coming back to bite you. And if you think you're going to run and try to escape it, it will follow you. Okay? Just to let you know, you can't run, you can't hide. Okay? Just to let you know. So, let's move on to the reading here. So somebody and a group of people were brought about to try to keep you from shining, to keep you from having hope, to keep you from being in a position where you're others and shine light for others. Okay, they didn't want you having any hope. They didn't want you having healing. They didn't want you raising your frequency, stepping into a new dimension or timeline, whatever the case may be. Okay? Now they're all up in their head, wondering how the hell did you get to where you are right now? How the hell were you able to surpass what they were trying to obtain? How the hell did you get to be so strong? Okay, by the divine. Why? Because we are divinely guided, guarded, and protected. How many times do I gotta say it? How many times do I gotta say this? Because people, these karmics, they think you're full of shit, collective. They think that you're full of shit. They think you got screws loose. They think you're delusional. Meanwhile, absolutely everything that they've done to you is delusional. It's downright sadistic. And they should have checked themselves a long time ago for everything they've thrown at you. And they're the ones calling you delusional, collective. All right? And now they're in their head trying to wrap around their fucking brain what is actually going on with you. And how are you so protected? How are you guided and guarded so well? The divine, of course. I've told you that many times to the karmics that are watching, that are watching to try to find some sort of information. You haven't found any information. All I've done is basically out you on my channel in a very cryptic, very subliminal kind of way. I've outed you on the channel. I've literally drove you nuts. I've drove you to tantrums. Outright childish tantrums. You've outright smashed shit because of what I brought out on my channel. It looks good on you. And that was the whole purpose. The whole purpose of me doing that, all last year, all this year, was to bring out the fucking truth. And I did it through the cards. Okay? Without saying your name. Which even that in itself, you lost it. I didn't have to say your name to tell the truth. That's the whole thing. You're sadistic. You're disgusting. Right, karmics? You should have known better. You chose the wrong one to fuck with. Alright? You chose the wrong one. You got away with this for years, decades, and you're thinking you're going to get away with it with me. I got other plans, and so does the divine. And you should be worried. You should be petrified at what's coming for you. And the thing is you can't hide, no matter how you try. You can't run, no matter how far you try to run. You're not running anywhere. You cannot escape this. Why? Because the divine's seen everything. The divine will follow you. In fact, the divine is giving you life right now. The divine is trying to teach you a lesson, but you fail to hear the whispers. You fail to get the message because you continue to block out your intuition. Okay, they've warned you against this. They've warned you decades, and you've tuned them out. Why? Because you've allowed the dark side into your heart and soul. And that's why. They still continue to give you life, so that way you reap your karma. And if you thinking on maybe taking yourself out, I guarantee you that won't happen either. Because you will suffer with the pain, with the choose to take yourself out with. You will suffer in agony with whatever you choose to do. And if you take sleeping pills, you will wake up. Any type, you will wake up. And chances are you will have to go through stomach pumping and all of that other stuff too, which is grueling. You are meant to stay alive and reap your karma. And this is why the divine continues to give you life. because you have choices to make. And so far, you've made the wrong ones. Coming for me and coming for the collective. All right? So, the karmics tried to create chaos where there was none. And the angels seen that. All right? And the angels are here to speak as well. All right? We got the violet flame out here. We got water guardians, Archangel Jeremiah, Elohim, the Miriam, Sandalphon, and the Earth Mother out here tonight. I'll be reading those as well. Okay? But they tried to create chaos where there was none. They even called on angels to create chaos where there was none. The angels are looking at them like they're an immigrant. Okay? The angels are feeling very, very disrespected by these karmics, thinking that they can just pull the wool over an angel. That don't happen. Angels act in truth and for justice and love and compassion. And these sadistic karmics that they thinking that they're going to get away with this shit, they've just lost their reputation within the spirit realm. The upper realms have denounced them. Okay? The upper realms have denounced them. There is no way out of this karma that's about to be ensued onto them. All right? Whoever I'm speaking to, collective, you are extremely talented. You are extremely talented in many different ways. Okay? You are an earth angel. You've been through the ringer. All right? And I think that's where you've gotten all of these talents and gifts. This is where this Eight of Pentacles is coming from. You touch and that you work on turns out beautiful. Okay? All you have to do is be given the chance and it works for you. Okay? It's like you have the Midas touch. Anything that you touch tends to turn to gold. It tends to turn to something very special. Okay? There's usually something that people get out of it. Okay? And it's usually something that money can't buy. Right? So anything that you are pertained to be a part of, blossoms. You can take a house and make it a home. Right? And this is how you are very adaptable. This is how you are able to move around and do what you do and be as talented as you are. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is talking about the fact of you learning talents and applying them and working with them to bring yourself into a new reality. Okay, and you're going forward and you're doing that just fine. The people that you need to leave in the dark, leave in the dark. All right, because they are not coming with you. The people that choose to not see you for who you are, the people that choose to disrespect you and misunderstand you on purpose, leave them in the dark. People can't wrap around their head around who you are and what you are here for. And if they cannot respect you for that, they do not deserve a place in your life. Okay? They do not deserve any of your energy. Because these people are ultimately here to destroy you. And they do it by distraction. Okay? So really take heed as to who you are allowing in your life. The make room card is on its side in this reading here. So you have to be very discerning as to who you're making room for. All right? Yes, you are to be making room. Yes, you are to be let go of what no longer serves you. However, what you are making room for are blessings of abundance and prosperity and new beginnings. Okay? Yes, there are some reconciles in there, but these are for the people that actually show up and show accountability for their bullshit. Okay? Now, some of these reconciles will be from people that they may have been dropped or taken out of the equation when there was nothing that went down with them. Okay, maybe they're not even related to the certain situations that you're dealing with and have left out. You will have people come in like that. Okay? But the big emphasis to this is remember. Remember how they left you in the dark, or how they didn't leave you in the dark. Remember how they were very transparent and honest, or how they lied and they deceived you. Because if they did it to you once, they'll do it to you again, and they'll do it to you again, and over and over and over again. Regardless if they apologize, if they say sorry, if you allow that to happen, and they continue doing it without changing it, that apology means absolutely nothing. Okay? So the people that you're bringing into your life, that you want to be a part of your life, there are certain ones that, you know what, maybe you love them to bits. But because they've deceived you, because they've dishonored you and disrespected you, they do not deserve a place at your table. Okay? And it's very, very crucial that you use your discernment going forward into this new season as to who you're going to allow sit at your table and who you're not. Now, these are going to be people from your family that you are going to be getting them to step up and step out of the dining room. You want them off the property. Okay? You don't want to have anything to do with these people. And that's okay. And you know what? That's a little bit heartbreaking. But you are making room for your soul family, the family that you choose. Okay? So you need to make room for them to be able to have a seat at your table. All right, so this is why you need discernment moving forward. And really remember, don't ever forget how people treat you. All right, because people treat you how they see you. And if they're going to disrespect you, they don't respect you at all. And they don't deserve your essence, your energy, or your time, or your presence. Okay, so going forward, that is very, very, very important regarding your forward movement, specifically for blessings that are coming in. Okay? The people that choose to not own up to their shit and hold accountability for what they've done to you they're reaping karma. They're reaping a lesson that they're not prepared for. They're honestly not prepared for it. All right? Now, we have a Queen of Swords in reverse out here. So this could very well be an air sign at the helm of this, behind it all. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This represents a dark, dangerous woman. She is eaten by malice and spite. A person who has ill will towards you through deep jealousy. So this person is extremely jealous. Okay? And they were trying to bring domestic quarrels to you. All right? And to bring them to you without warning. All right? So they were trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It says here, domestic quarrels could erupt without warning. Beware of losses through theft and through gain or speculation. So they're throwing out rumors and stuff like that so that you obtain some sort of loss. And so that you can obtain some sort of theft. Okay, they're gambling with your life. They're gambling with livelihood. And they are creating speculation and rumors. All right? Because they've seen this. They've seen an Ace of Wands. This card indicates bright future ahead, opportunity for new beginnings, both at home and business and or work enterprises. A strong possibility of extra money through inheritance could also mean birth of a child in the family. Okay? And I'm really kind of picking up that they tried to baby trap you for the masculines that I'm speaking to. Okay? And it didn't work. It didn't pan out. Okay? So they tried to bring in some sort of domestic quarrels so that way you would erupt and you would lash out and react to their abuse to where they could put you away. All right? That they could get you caught up. But you didn't entertain it. And quite frankly, I think you packed up and left. Almost kind of giving me like a midnight move. It's kind of giving me like, I'll wait till you're at work and then I'll pack my shit and leave. Kind of a situation. And you just left the situation where it stood. Reason. Okay? And they're trying to get you to regret that. They're trying to make your life an absolute living hell, so that way you feel guilty for leaving. And this is the person that you wouldn't have touched with the 10. Okay? This is a person that you would have never fallen in love with. This is a person that is so dark and disgusting in their heart and soul that they had the audacity to shit to you and other people before you. Okay? And there's major truth that is going to be coming out about these people. All right? About what they do, to the lengths of what they went to bring about your demise. Because they were jealous, they were envious of who you are and what you stand for. All right? And there's certain people having revelations about who you are and what you stand for and what these other people were doing. Because they tried to pull these other people in to the mix. And these other people are starting to find out the truth. Because this energy, this energy in the reverse, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could just be a lying sack of shit, okay? Either way, they're being brought to in divine way. The divine is working in a very, very vengeance, very ruthless kind of energy right now with them. Okay? And I do sense a dark soul. Quite a few of them actually. It's like one back to back to back to back. There was a whole bunch. Okay, so this person is literally going through it. The one that was trying to create domestic quarrels, and the one that's extremely dark in their heart, in their heart space, in their soul space. Yeah. They are reaping karma. And they tried to transfer their karmic debt onto you. Alright? They tried to destiny swap, which it failed miserably for them. They tried magic. They tried candle magic. They did deck. And I do believe they even sacrificed some of their own animals in order to do this magic. Okay? That's how dark and disgusting these people are. Okay? So, these people are being dealt with because of what they've decided to do. And they wanted you to look selfish, and they wanted problems over money and uncertainty over the future. Okay? They wanted you overeating, and they wanted you drinking. They wanted you to go back into your old vices again, where you would be starting to drink. Okay? But this is what's happening to them. All right? They're eating themselves into a fat mess. All right? And they're now drinking. They're an absolute drunk because they can't handle the guilt that they tried to place onto you. That they can't handle the guilt being thrown back at them. They can't handle sitting with the guilt and madness that is their soul because of what they've done. Okay? So they are feeling it. They are going through it. You can guarantee it. I tell you that right now, collective. Okay? Whoever these people are, they are getting their karma. And at this point, the divine's saying that they have no choice with their karma. They want to reconcile with you. They wish they could reconcile with you, but you've already cut them out. There is no readmittance. There is no apology necessary. All that is required to release themselves from all of this karmic pain is to heal. And they don't even want to do that. Because it would require them taking accountability for all the shit that they've done. But that is the only way they're going to be released. That is the only way the divine says that they will not be haunted. That is the only way spirit will stand down in the karmic justice, is if they choose to surrender and release the past and heal. All right? That's the thing. If they could turn back time and turn a new leaf, they wouldn't have tried. They wouldn't have went against you. They wouldn't have done what they've done. Okay? Because not only they have to deal with the guilt that they did to their own animals, they have to deal with the guilt with people that, you know, found out about that, as well as guilt at what they've done to you. Because you know what, collective? As an earth angel, you are the purest energy to ever enter their life. Okay? You are the purest energy, the most healing energy, the most abundant energy that they've ever experienced in their whole existence. And this is why they're so obsessed with you. This is why they fell in love with you. It's very difficult to not fall in love with you. Because of your nature, because of your heart, because of your spirit. It's not even how you look. It's not even what you look like. It's how you hold yourself. It's how you move forward. And how you strive despite the differences that you might have with other people. So this person definitely wishes they could turn back time, reconcile things with you, and, you know, make good for it. But they know there's not a second chance. They know that's not ever going to happen. Okay? And this person is someone that you've already cut out. Alright? They're starting to understand as to why you cut them out, though. Where they were puzzled as to why you cut them out. Alright? And they would like to come forward, but they don't want to come forward. And they don't want you having this new beginning. So in order for you to have this new beginning, alright, like, what I'm picking up is they want to come in with some sort of truth to have a new beginning with you, even as a friend. But you want nothing to do with them. You want nothing to do with them. You've already moved on. There's no chance in hell. And this is where the Ace of Swords is on its side. Okay? Because they're failing to communicate the truth. Because they can't own up to their shit. They don't want to take accountability for the bullshit that they pulled. Okay? So that's not on you. That's on them. Don't feel guilty for your decision to walk away. That's one main decision. That's one main message that you to realize and recognize. Do not feel guilty for the shit they pulled, and don't try to carry that guilt of walking away from them. Because I know you tried to help them. Being an Earth Angel, you definitely tried to help these people. You try to help everybody. It's what makes you such an awesome people pleaser. Because there's nothing that you can't do. With that Eight of Pentacles, literally nothing that you can't do. And because of your open mind, you're able to apply that to all walks of life. And this is what makes you so powerful. This is what makes you so abundant, is because of the way relate to a lot of different people and their situations. Alright? So, we got the Earth. You know how to evolve. There is something that you know needs time and attention. Something that you know needs your action. Something you know is going to help you grow and evolve. Today you are being invited to take the steps you need to take to move out of the stuck state and into a state of growth. This isn't a lifetime to fall onto old patterns. It's a lifetime to create new ones. Activation. I take the soul-led steps I need to take in order to heal and grow. Alright? So, you very well could have been clouded for some time regarding these situations you're dealing with, trying to make sense of them, trying to wrap your head around it, like the spiritual warfare and how to present it. But I'm telling you right now, collective, whoever you are, that has been shrouded for you because you need to heal. You needed time to take a step back first. You needed to take a step back to see it from a different perspective. Okay, in order to make sense of it. And I think the last 6 months to a year has been a time where you've been kind of taking out on solitude for yourself to try to figure that out. And you've made headway on this journey. Okay. Now, this is also saying that if you felt that you've been held back or that you've been stagnant, you haven't. Okay? Stagnance doesn't look like you sitting down. Stagnance is energetic. It's not physical. Okay? And just because you're sitting down, just because you're not doing, just because you're not going out anywhere, just because you're staying in solitude and you're not doing much with your life in the physical realm, does not mean anything about what you're doing in the spiritual or in the emotional or in the mental aspect of things. Okay? You've done a lot of research into your memories, into the understandings. You've taken a step back. You've seen it from your spot. You've seen it from their spot. You've seen it from the karmic spot. You've seen it from a spiritual spot. Higher self version of it. You've looked at it at all angles, and for good reason, to gain a better understanding of your situation in order to move forward and combat the spiritual warfare. Okay? So the work that you have been doing is being seen by the divine, and this is why the divine is giving you this time for solitude and go about this cleansing, in order to go about this understanding and realization and revelation. The divine has given you this time to alchemize, transmute, and heal from your past in order to finally let it go officially for good. So that way you can step into a new timeline and you can leave it all behind you officially. Okay? And this is what the karmics are so scared of. They did not want you reaching this point. This is why they've been doing so much to try to bring you down in order to get you off yourself and do all this other stuff to get you caught up. And you're not taking no bait. You're not taking nothing that they're giving. The divine has been walking with you this whole time. You are not alone. You've got angels walking with you. You've got ancestors walking with you. All right? So be proud of your accomplishments, because you deserve these accomplishments. You deserve to celebrate these wins. And the divine is going to bring about a situation for you where you will be able to celebrate. Okay? There's a big congratulations coming in from the spiritual side of things. Okay? Because you've done a lot of hard work. And although you feel like you're not really doing anything, you're literally moving mountains. Okay? And what it might look like to other people that you're just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, you're literally moving mountains in the spiritual. Okay? They can't wrap their head around the situation that's going on with you. They're not supposed to. All right? Archangel Sadiel phone. The time is now. This is a moment of acceleration, so go for it. Don't hold back, proceed. All of your hard work, focus, prayers, and intentions have led you to a pivotal moment. Any hesitation that you may be experiencing is just a sign that you are on the verge of something wonderful. This is the time for you to surmount your fears once and for all. Stand in your power. Angels have your back. Activation. I trust when the universe says yes. And this is how you've been basically living your life. You've been waiting for the universe and the angels to say yes. Okay? And that time is coming very, very soon, if not now. Okay? So continue listening to the angels. Continue listening to your intuition as it is guiding you through this. It has gotten you out of some traps. It's gotten you to the point where you're not even accepting the traps. You're looking at the trap and walking away. Okay? Because these are meant to be distractions to come in to thwart you, to distract you, to keep you off of your, to keep you out of your own lane. Right? Because people want you to look like you're in the wrong lane. Okay? People want to make it look like you're delusional, or crazy, or you got some rocks, screws loose. Okay? Want you to look like you've got rocks instead of brains. Okay? Why? Because they're jealous. They're jealous of your ability. They're jealous of your capabilities and your talents. Because they can't compete where they don't compare. All right? The Miriam. Healing the heart. This is a sacred time of healing in order for you to feel whole once more. It's essential for you to reclaim all of the lost parts of yourself. Call back all the aspects of yourself, all the gifts and talents that you have been forced to hide and or repress. By unleashing these tender aspects of your deeper self, you allow your heart to rebuild and strengthen. And this is why I've made this channel. This is why I decided to come here. Okay? Because I was holding different parts of myself, are my gifts, and I wanted to bring them out, and I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people heal. And this is why I'm here. And people don't like the fact that I can do that, and that they can't compete or compare with me. Okay? Everybody is special in their own way, and they're not willing to accept that they're special in their own way because they're riddled with darkness. They're riddled with hate, jealousy. And that's not your problem, collective. That's not my problem. But they're trying to make it your problem. And they just stay in their own lane and leave you alone. Okay? They will not they cannot compete with what they cannot compare with. Okay? They're going to lose every time. Every time. You're not going to take a little moped onto the highway and get into the left lane. Because that's just going to make you look stupid. Stay on the side of the road or get the fuck off the highway. If you're driving a moped. It's not made for the highway. Right? And they're not equipped for the highway that you're driving on. So they need to check themselves, because what they're doing is essentially wrecking themselves. Okay? And what has been given to you by the divine is only for you. Nobody can put their name on it. Nobody can emulate it. Nobody can take it away from you. Okay? We need to get that straight. The Elohim have come to visit. Debts are paid. Release yourself from the pain of guilt. Your debts are paid. Who you were in the past is not who you are today. If you had known then what you know now, you would have made different choices. But you cannot change what has happened. You can only change how you move forward. Release yourself from the past. Activation. I take responsibility for my own karma. And I think, collective, that's exactly what you did. You recognized where you went wrong, and you corrected yourself. You learned from the lesson, helped you evolve into a more loving and compassionate being. Okay? And people are trying to ruin that new beginning for you, but it's not happening. Okay? They're trying to subdue your new beginning by throwing karmic debt on your shoulders that isn't even yours to carry. It's not even yours. It has no name. It has no correlation to your name whatsoever. And they're trying to bestow this karmic bullshit onto your shoulders and get you to carry it for them. Well, that day ends today. Let it go. Drop it. I know I say, you sit with it and you heal from it, you empower yourself from it, and then you release it. This isn't even yours to carry. It's got no fucking name of your name on this shit, on this crap that you're carrying. So if it doesn't have your name on it, let it go. Let other people take responsibility for their bullshit. Okay? Enough is enough. Release it. This is the shit that you can let go of. All the shit that's not even meant for you to carry, let it go. Okay? Archangel Jeremiah, call back your power. Forgiveness is about no longer allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean that you have to forget the past or avoid a situation. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power, your light, and your capacity to make a decision back into your own hands. By taking what is yours, you also command respect from those around you. Activation. I forgive the past and I give myself the respect that I deserve. Okay? So ultimately, call your power back. We got the Water Guardian. Let your emotions flow. There are a lot of feelings within you, and it's time to let them out. Your emotions are powerful messengers that allow you to express the tender, more vulnerable parts of yourself. Don't fight against this, for revealing this natural part of yourself, you are also revealing your beauty and gifts and allowing others to witness the most authentic part of you. Activation, Water Guardian. I trust emotions and I let them flow with ease. As well as the Violet Flame. And I think, collective, if you're resonating with this message, you know about the Violet Flame. Okay? Surrender and release the past. You have faced darkness head on. Now you are moving into a state of love. All the previous traumas, dramas, and limitations are being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on it. You wouldn't be who you are today if you hadn't surmounted the challenges that you have experienced. In order to heal fully, let your love reach has never reached before, to the deepest parts of you. I am purified by the violet flame. Okay, and there's a violet flame meditation that you can do, and it's about visualizing the violet flame in front of you and being immersed in that violet flame and letting it burn off all of the pain and the suffering and the trauma that you experienced. Okay, and just being in that violet flame. It's a holy fire. Okay, it's definitely a cleansing fire. This is a fire that won't burn you, but it'll burn the darkness out of you. All right? So the violet flame is extremely powerful. All right? So call on that violet flame anytime you're looking to really do some cleansing. All right? So, after I did the cards, I asked the Old Witch and the Sacred Soul Timing cards, is there any message or is there anything that's going on regarding this, all right, this message or this reading that we need to know about? And I got distraction in the upright, we got evolving in the reverse, we have April in reverse, we have November in reverse, and we have enlighten in reverse, okay? So ultimately, their plan is to try to thwart and keep you from your enlightenment. All right? And the thing is that they've been trying since last April, okay? Water your hopes and watch them start to bloom. Planting, nurture, and blossom. So they did not want you planting seeds. They did not want you nurturing those seeds. And they did not want you reaping a harvest, okay? And I do believe April, November, very well could be months. You could be a Sagittarius. You could be an Aries. Okay? You could be a Taurus. Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Aries, Taurus. Aries. Yeah, you could be a Taurus. You could be, I believe, Sagittarius, Capricorn as well. For this message, for you to, like, the Temperance card, it could represent a Sagittarius, it could represent angels, it could represent that kind of thing, okay? So that's why I'm thinking, like, Earth, because Earth Angel card is out here, okay? In the November, this very well could be a Sagittarius for this reading, okay? Or it could be that you're an Aries, this could be a fire sign, this could be something regarding April, this could be something regarding November. But I do believe from the time of April, they've been trying to keep you from sprouting, nurturing, and blossoming as a person, okay? They've been trying to distract you, okay? This may not be aligned with your highest good, tempting, deceptive, and secrets. So people are keeping secrets, they're being very deceptive, and they're trying to tempt you with distractions, okay, to make you think that what you are doing, how you are moving forward, okay, is not in alignment with who you are and your highest good. So they've been trying to sabotage step of the way to keep you from moving forward, to get you to move in a different direction, okay? And it's clearly not working, all right? Because they do not want you evolving, collective. They do not evolving into your true essence of who you are. Okay? Because that would mean their contract is void. That means they're not getting their riches. They're not getting their prosperity. They're not getting everything that they've ever wanted, including fame and everything else, for making you a sacrifice. And I'm really picking up childhood sacrifice. So I think this is actually happening ever since you were a child. Okay, so this could represent or could be being done by family that absolutely jealous of you, or this could result back to friends of family that are jealous of you, or this could represent of people regarding your family. Okay, that your family has paid as maybe man or whatever the case may be to come at you, to bring you quarrels, bring you challenges, to bring you out of this reality. Okay, they do not want you evolving. They do not want you. Ultimately, they don't want you here anymore, and they think that they are the ones that are going to dictate the way that your life is going to unfold. Okay, they thinking that they're the ones that are going to tell you how you're going to live your life, and there's a lot of essence here that you're not submitting to their shit. You're not submitting bait, the rage bait, um, the relationship bait anymore. You are probably celibate like me. Okay, you're probably staying to yourself. You're probably in a solitude, and they absolutely hate this. It's like it's a bittersweet relationship situation here, because they want you isolated, but they don't want you in. Okay, if you're going to be isolated, you need to be all up in your head, destroying your life, being all in your emotions, and being in this energy of like absolute disarray. This is what they want. But the Divine's got other plans, and instead of this isolation, they've got you in solitude. They've gotten this energy of healing and alchemizing, transmuting, and they're helping you along with this. They're protecting you, they're guiding, they're guarding you. So don't worry a damn thing about it. Welcome in, Trudy. All right. So they could have been trying from last April or a couple Aprils, or they could have been trying since the day of your birth. Okay. And they're going to be stopped because something tells me that you're going to be finding, like, even in November, they don't want you happy. They don't want you being grateful for what you already have. They don't want you to have anybody around you. Okay, because November was in the reverse, and it's saying here, find happiness in wanting what you already have. Gratitude, togetherness. Okay, so they want you to feel out of place. They want you to feel the attitude of gratitude for what has been blessed to you. They don't want you to be grateful for the blessings that have been bestowed upon you. All right, they don't want you to celebrate the new beginning. They don't want you to have any particular situation, and this could be a karmic Sag. Okay, but this is being brought to an end. Okay, this is going to be an end because they're doing too much. All right, they're being caught up for what they've done. I'm also going to say a lot of these people they're in this part of this group, they're losing their reputation. They worked their whole life to keep a reputation, and they're losing their reputation. Okay, and this could be family. They worked their whole life to have a certain particular reputation of being a solid individual, and they're losing it. Because people are seeing them in a different light now. This particular person was extremely jealous of you. Okay? This person was extremely jealous of your light that you have within you. Alright? Thank you, Trudy. Very, very much appreciated, my dear. So, you're telling the truth, collective. You're the holy revealer. And I'm really thinking about the fact that you're speaking on the universal Christ. And this came to you in Revelation. Okay? And you've been speaking on the universal Christ that's within absolutely every single one of us. And there are certain people that have chosen the dark side rather than the light side. Okay? And you're even opening up their minds and their eyes. Okay? That they should have chose the light over the dark. And because they've already sold their soul, there's no turning back for them. And they're in their feelings about it. Okay? And partially, this is why they're trying to destroy you. Because they have to deal with what they've chose. And what they chose wasn't in alignment with them, but they chose it anyway because they were greedy, because they're sadistic. All right? And because they wanted to bring you to your demise due to the jealousy. Okay? So that's why they're trying to destroy you. It's because of your light. It's because you're telling, and it's because you know certain information that you shouldn't. You have the information within your mind, and you know certain information and certain truth that can bring these people down in a nanosecond. And I think at this point, you haven't said much, but you're letting it cook. You're letting them stew. It's starting to show. And this is why they're trying to destroy you before they reveal the truth officially. This is why they've been coming so hard at you. All right? Causing you hiccups, causing you chaos. All right? And it's because you know the truth. And it's because they know that you're apologetic enough that you don't give a fuck. You don't give two shits about the fact that they've tried for decades to hide this. And I'm also picking up on some sort of a cold case being open about a particular person in a situation. Because some of these people have actually ended people's lives. And they made up a big, huge, fucking fat lie in order to get out of it. And now there's a cold case because of it. There's a lot of different situations here trying to destroy you from telling the truth. And one of them is because you're an earth angel. They thought that they could make a deal with the devil and sacrifice an earth angel. And this is why today, right now, at this second, this moment, you know how protected you are. Because regardless of what they threw at you, you're standing. Why? Because of the divine. Because you are divinely guided, guarded, and protected. You've always been divinely guided, guarded, and protected. You surrendered to the violet flame a long, 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 long time ago. For good reason. For very good reason. I do believe the violet flame showed up to you in a revelation. And so whoever this message is resonating for, this violet flame showed up in your life a long time ago. So collective, you very well could be an earth angel. I do believe this reading is for an earth angel. Okay? So people, they did not want you to be enlightened. They did not want you to be enlightened or illuminated to who you truly were. Okay? And there is a time of illusion where you will have this enlightenment. You will get the clarity. And I think partially you already have. It's too fucking late for them. Because the divine dictates what goes on. And they tried to act as the divine. They tried to act as karma in your life. Okay? And although they've been trying to thwart your enlightenment, the illumination is near. A period of enlightenment and clarity awaits. So there's definitely some major truth about to come out. And if it hasn't already reached your mind, it will soon. Through relations. So, I asked the Voice of Souls cards, is there any message from beyond the grave? Is there any message from beyond that Spirit would like my collective to know about? Would there be anything regarding certain people or certain things that we should know about for this reading? Okay? And the divine wants you to be calm, cool, collected. Okay? Because people are trying to disrespect you on purpose. Because of the fact that you're an earth angel. Alright? And the fact that you have not submitted to their tyranny, Okay? The fact that you have not submitted to their bullshit, the fact that you're not taking the rage bait anymore, the fact allowing them to affect you in the way that they want to affect you, okay? Because you walked away from them, because you cut them out, because you've cut them off energetically, physically, verbally, mentally, emotionally. They're out of your fucking existence for good. You're not submitting to their shit, and they are extremely angry that you will not take their guilt, that you will not take their karma as your own, because they wanted to be released from this so that way they could continue doing what they wanted to do. Okay? And the thing is with this is that they're extremely angry because you're not accepting the disrespect, and you're very quite calm, which is kind of scaring them. Okay? Because what they're trying to do to get you angry because of this disrespect, and you're unbothered. You're literally unbothered. You're like, meh. You're not submitting to it anymore. You know that it's not yours to carry. All right? This is people that don't want to take accountability for their own shit. And that's what boggles my mind. All right? That's what boggles my mind the most. Is that they don't want to take accountability for their own shit. And that is what's going to bring them to their healing. And taking accountability is learning from their lessons and applying those lessons to their life. Once the divine starts to see that, that's when things change. That's when they're going to let up. But until then, they're going to be extremely haunted. And, you know, they're thinking that it might just be like a, like it's a stripe of bad luck of some sort. It's not going to be that. It's going to be relentless. They were relentless with you. They were relentless with the constant spiritual warfare and attacks, constantly. Day in, day out, day in, out. And these people are actually going to be getting caught up. And you know what's going to be really satisfying? The fact that you're going to see it. There's going to be things that are going to happen soon, but by the end of the year, okay, that you're going to be able to see. You're going to be able to see it with your own two eyes. Okay? And you will feel a sense of justice. I guarantee it. Alright? The thing is that you're going to be calm all through this. This is going to bring you a calm. Because of these people disrespecting you. And not holding any towards you. Talking shit behind your back like you don't know what's going on or that you can't hear anything. The divine is tapping you in. The divine is sending you all the shit that you need to know. Protecting you against some certain things because you don't really need to hear some tripe that they've got going on. It's all lies to begin with. So, understand, the divine is bringing you to this calm so you can heal. So you can alchemize and transmute this in order to get beyond it and move forward. The divine is on your side because you're on the side of the divine. The divine walks with you because you've made that vow. Okay? You've made that choice to follow in the footsteps of the divine. So this is what's moving you forward. Alright? So continue to not submit to their shit. If there are accusations or anything brought forward, don't accept it. Because you know the truth. Don't try to get them to get you to take on some sort of accountability that's not yours. All right? Adapt and thrive. Luck flows with change, so stay flexible, embrace shifts, and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves. So the people that are treating it, all right, let them. Because they're showing you who they are. And they're showing you how to walk away. Okay? Let them. on your own. It's time to take some alone time or be single to get a new perspective. So you could be celibate, you could be, it's time to stay single. Because I guarantee you they're trying to send you in handlers, they're trying to send you in people to swindle you and pull the wool over your eyes, okay? So stay single. Because they're trying to get into your heart space in order to break you. The only way they can do that is if they can get you to fall in love with them. So they're trying absolutely anything and everything to get back into your energy. And some of the ways they do that is sending handlers. So if you got somebody coming into your energy all of a sudden, and they're very, very forward, and they're very, and they don't vibe with you at all, but they're flirting with you, or they're doing stupid shit, or they're saying stupid, and they're trying to get you to emulate something that you're not, okay? Don't buy it. There's something fishy about that. And if somebody's coming in overbearing, like they want to meet you and they want to be in your energy and don't. It's one thing that people want, they want to meet you, they want to hang out with you, that's one thing. But these people, they're going to be pushy about it. Okay? They're going to be consistent. They're going to be relentless. Okay? And if they can't take out the time to allow you to just be in your own energy, and they're constantly trying to get in, this that you're dealing with the handler. Because they're going to come in, they're going to try to give you what you want, they're going to try to say what you want to hear, in order to get you in their energy. Okay, so just to stay single. Don't allow people into your heart space at this point, and focus on filling your own cup. Focus on loving you. Okay? That is very crucial. Small steps. The small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories, celebrate them. They will take you there. Baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? And neither was the world. It's taken eons and decades to create the world to be what it is right now. It's a little screwed up, yeah. But there's still magic about it. There's still bittersweetness about it. Despite it all. Okay? So continue taking those small steps. You don't have to take long, wide strides to get to where you're going. Rush, it's not a marathon, it's not a race, it's a journey. Okay? And destination is not required. Okay? So take the time to enjoy every moment, in the moment. Happiness is simple. Find joy in life, life's small wonders, for they hold the key to a fulfilling and contented heart. Okay? Happiness is very simple, and it's usually within the simple things, the simple enjoyments and gratitude. All right? So find that in your everyday, and things will be fine. Almost there. You've been on a long journey, collective, to deal with a lot of transmutation and transitioning and rebirth, and a lot of death, and a lot of endings, and a lot of turmoil, a lot of craziness. All right, and the thing that you're almost there. Persist with faith, for you are on the brink of a breakthrough, not a breakdown. All right, these karmics want you to break down, but you're actually going into a breakthrough. All right, so understand. Your efforts are about to bear fruit. So you're about to receive a harvest, collective. And I do believe that this harvest, you don't even know that it's coming. Okay? Soul balance. Seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. And this is what I'm talking about. When you're making a decision, your decision with your mind and your heart in balance. Okay? When you're working on your manifestation, you need to have your mind and your heart in balance. Okay? That's just part of the deal. These karmics that are out there, they do heart and their mind in balance. Okay? And this is why they're creating so much chaos, and this is why the chaos continues. This is why the chaos follows them. Okay? It's because everything is out of balance. All right? And you will feel uncomfortable around these people. Right? And ultimately, don't judge a book by its cover. Okay? 'Cause the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful person, the most beautiful place could also hold a nightmare within it. So don't judge a book by its cover, ultimately. Judge a book by the feeling it gives you. Judge a book by what is within it. Okay? So make sure that with any manifestation that you have happen, make sure that you are doing it with both heart and mind in balance. Make sure you are healed. So this is why I'm saying before you start manifesting anything, is a good way to clear out. And in order to clear out, you need to heal. So healing is priority. Because once you're done with your healing of certain things, you will automatically allow that to release, and it will release. You will feel within your spirit and within your soul. You will feel lighter, okay, as you do that. And you will get to a point where you are able to see clearly. You are able to feel. You are able to sense what to sense in order to make sense of it all, in order to wrap your head around the understanding of it, of your experience, of the lessons that you're learning. Okay? But somebody and people are trying to cloud you in that. Okay? Keep relentlessly sending you warfare, so that way you do not take time out to balance out your heart and your mind. Okay? So that way you are constantly in fight or flight or fawn, and you're constantly on the go, constantly in isolation rather than solitude. Okay? So once you recognize that, that is a huge game changer. Because once you recognize that, you can block it out, you can banish it, you can rebuke it, you can give your spirit. But you have to command that. You have to speak on that for yourself and call your power back. All right? So understand that. The right track. You are going in the right direction. So just keep moving forward. And don't be taking on anybody's opinion. Specifically if they're trying to switch you up and get you to look in a different direction, or get you to see something in a really heinous way. Okay? Whatever that situation is, if they're trying to distract you or just get you going somewhere else from where you're actually supposed to be, these people are distractions. Get them out of your reality. Okay? They are not to be in your experience. All right? They are trying to knock you off your path. They are not in your best interest to be around, to hang out with. All right? You are who you hang with. So be very, very diligent and very, very and discerning as to who you're making room for and who is sitting at your table. Okay? Because right now, as long as you are intuitively in alignment within your heart and your mind and your soul, as so below, as within, so without. So as long as you are at peace within yourself, your world and your outer world will become peaceful. The universe has no other choice but to emulate your inner world. So peace within yourself, the chaos will not hit you. The chaos will not touch you. So stay in your lane. Continue being focused. You are on the right track, and don't let anybody tell you you're not. Don't allow any question your motives or the way that you're moving forward. Because you are on the right track, because you are divinely guided. Don't let anybody tell you different. Okay? Because they need to check themselves before they wreck themselves. The fact that if they're thinking that they're going to tell you to go in an opposite direction than what the divine is telling you. Okay? So, collective, you're going to be granted at some point. So if you've been making wishes, if you've had this wish in the back of your mind and you've been manifesting it, okay, your wish is granted. The outcome may not be exactly what you want, but you need. Okay, so be open to the way things are going to unfold. Don't be disgruntled with how it's going to unfold, okay? Just be open to justice. Be open to a wish being, okay? Don't be so concerned as to how that outcome is going to make happen and materialize. Just be open and be in the energy of having that wish granted. Okay? Because that's where the miracle is. The miracle, it happens. Okay? This is also telling you to release burdens. Embrace clarity and let go of what no longer serves you, allowing new insights to guide your path. Okay? And again, burdens. The shit that's not yours to carry. Immediately. Okay? Anything that you want to hold yourself accountable for, hold yourself accountable. Learn from it. Rise from it. Become a better person because of it. And this goes with your trauma. This is going with your anger. This is going with all the places where you fucked up in the past. Okay? Learn from it and become a better person because of it. Because if you don't, it creates karmics. It creates chaos. It creates positions where people lash out at you out of hate and jealousy and malice. And it's because to be stubborn and not heal that brings that about. So don't carry their bullshit. Release the burdens that are no longer yours, that were never yours to begin with. Specifically, shame and guilt. Hear what's unsaid. Tune into the silence for truths words cannot express, so listen deeply. A lot of revelations have come to me with this card because of this, hearing what's unsaid. Okay, so there has been a lot of things in my life where things were just not said. But what they were was chaos. Very chaotic. All right? And I had to put my head around and tune into the silence for the truth because of the shit that was not said. But because of the environment that I was in, because of the different people that I had in my reality, it was very puzzling. It was very, very challenging to wrap my head around everything. But once I've seen this card, it really opened my eyes to something. Okay? And once I started to hear what's unsaid, the words between the lines, the message between the lines, all right? That's when the truth started to show. Act with clarity. Focus your intentions, navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. So this is what they wanted to do. They didn't want you to act with clarity, and they wanted you to be in a position where you couldn't reinvent yourself, that you couldn't step up into this light or new timeline, okay? They didn't want you receiving this ability to even have the courage or the confidence to do so. These people wanted you dead in a ditch. They didn't want you rising above them. They did not want you surpassing them. They didn't want you stepping up into this higher light, higher than them. They knock you down lower than them to make themselves feel better. But you've rose well above them. And because you've brought peace and healing to your mind and your heart, they are no longer subjected to your energy. They've been cut off. So now what are they doing? They're trying to destroy everything that, because they can't destroy you, so they're trying to destroy your happiness. They're trying to destroy absolutely everything that makes you happy. Okay, so that way you can't be happy. And this is how much of a fucking coward these people are. Right? Coward because they choose to throw rocks and hide their hands, and they can't stand in front of you. They can't face you. They can't even look you in the eye. They can't tell you the truth. Take accountability for their own actions. And this goes along with their healing. Right? So focus on your intentions, navigate decisions with clear insight, and move forward with purpose and insight. Allow the divine to guide you through that. And I think that's what you are doing. And I think this is why you're so strong right now. Because the divine wants you. All right? So, put things together piece by piece to reveal the bigger picture. The hidden keys. All right? There's certain things that have happened throughout your life Okay? If you actually really take a step back and you look at all of it, I can almost guarantee it, you're an earth angel. You've had some sort of spiritual warfare happening ever since you were born. Okay? You've had certain situations that's happened in your childhood and progressed throughout your life to bring your demise. Okay? But it's almost as if it's like they want you to bring yourself to your demise just enough to siphon your energy, but not enough to off you. Okay, because they still want to be in your energy in order to siphon from your abundance, right? And your prosperity and your... This is your spiritual abundance. This is your spiritual prosperity. Okay? Angels are meant to be very wealthy because they're meant to be here as a solid foundation, not only for themselves, but other people. They're here to help people heal and step into their true essence of who they are, into the universe. This is part of their job, being here on Earth. Okay? And when you have people trying to thwart that, okay, they're absolutely putting curses on their bloodline. They're putting curses on their blood, putting curses on their life. And if they plan to have any children, their children's children are coming for you. Okay? So, together piece by piece to reveal the bigger picture. It's all going to make sense to you. It's all going to make sense to you. And you will be brought to justice because of it, divinely. Tide of transition. Embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. So you are going through some major transitions, collective, and it's for good reason. And the divine wants you to embrace those tides of change with openness, allowing for the ebb and flow of life to guide you. Okay, because there is definitely transformation happening. All right. Now, I asked about the vibe, and somebody doesn't want you in the moment. They don't want good vibes. They don't want you giving off good vibes. This is why they're trying to create havoc in your life. So that way you're not walking around with good vibes and you've just got a chip on your shoulder, right? They want you bitter. They don't want you in the moment. They want you in the past. Okay, and this is why they spiritually project onto you. So that way you're constantly revealing and constantly reminded about the past. This is their way of trying to haunt you and place guilt and place shame on you. But know that this is spiritual warfare. And it's because of the spiritual warfare to bring you out of your balance, to keep you from having clarity, and to keep you from moving through these transitions. Okay, but the divine is guiding you through this. Remember that. They are trying to make you procrastinate. They are trying to keep you from moving forward. They want to delay absolutely every step so that will not make it to where you are going. They do not want to, they don't want you to make your destination. And the joke's on them, collective, because there is no destination. There never was a destination. Okay? This is the whole thing. The joke is on them. They've been trying relentlessly. And they will continue to try relentlessly. And they croak. Because all of this was to thwart you from reaching a certain destination. Meanwhile, it's not about a destination. It's about the journey. And that's what is on them. On the karmics. Because they're thinking that you're trying to move towards a certain thing or a certain place. But it's not even about the thing or the place. It's about the feeling, about the energies. It's about what is being called to you. The divine has been guiding you. And these karmics are trying to steal the map so that way you don't have a way forward. Meanwhile, it's a divine map that they have us to. Because they're karmics. You have to be in a particular energetic frequency in order to even see the map, let alone read it. And if they don't hold this particular frequency, they don't get access to it. That's your divine protection. So they may be able to cloud your brain with deception and throw a bunch of karmics your way to try to distract you and try to handle you in a different way, so that way it gets you in a lower vibration. But as long as you listen to the divine, allow it to guide you forward, it will set you in the right direction. Okay? And everything that they do will be a waste of time. Everything the karmics do will be a waste of their time. As you stay in the moment, as long as you hold your vibe, and as long as you think about now and tomorrow. Right? Look forward to tomorrow, deal with now, and forget about before and yesterday. Release it. Let it go. Okay? So, you're extremely clever. You're very talented. Okay? Because you're extremely clever and talented, they tried to complicate your life. They were sick and tired of seeing you get what you want. They were sick and tired of seeing you be blessed, get blessings and abundance and prosperity and all this. Okay? So they tried to bring a lot of complications into your life. All right? And they're very, very superficial people, these people. Right? They're thinking that it's all about money. And this is what they're trying to make you out to be. It's all about the money. When it's really not. It's about the message. As far as my channel, it's about the message. I'm trying so hard to empower myself and at the same time trying to empower you, collective. It's been a battle of the battles to do this. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I was being projected on yesterday, huge, by somebody that's absolutely losing shit and in their emotions. I know it wasn't my emotions. I know it wasn't my tears. It was somebody else's tears, somebody else's upset, somebody else's guilt, somebody else's shame. And I was projected on hardcore yesterday. And it's been relentless my whole fucking life. But here I am, 40 years later, just coming to realization of it all. It actually goes. Okay? So just know that if you've been going through this too, you're not alone in this. Okay? You are not alone. You are far from alone. Alright? So, because you're so clever, because you are such a lover and a compassionate individual, somebody tried to create complications and to complicate your life. And this is why I'm saying they sent you handlers, you karmics. They sent you people that were infected. They sent you different people that were absolutely off their rocker. Okay? And by infected, STDs and spiritually transmitted demons as well. Okay? Because they tried to get a demon attached to you, and you won't even take the bait. Okay? You won't even take the bait. And for good reason, because the divine told you not to. Okay? So, the fact you're so clever, the fact that you're swift and smart, solutions to problems are easily found when you're around, okay? Because you're very innovative. And you always listen to your instincts and resources surround you. So be open to that and be open to romance. Okay? And I'm really picking up on the fact that maybe romance your life. Bring romance back to your life, but not necessarily in a person, in your own essence. Have you tried to be romantic with yourself? Maybe take yourself out on a date. You get dressed up nice and you go out for dinner. And hell, what? When I do that, when I take myself out on a date and I'm kind of self-conscious about sitting by myself at the table and eating a meal by myself, I ask my grandmother to be with me. I ask my ancestors to sit with me while I eat. And I'll usually leave at least a couple bites on the table for them, on my plate to honor them. Okay, as to share a meal with my ancestors. Okay, so just understand that when you move forward, as a celibate or as a single person, you're allowed to go out and have a date by yourself, but you can bring your ancestors with you. You can bring your guides with you. You can sit and have dinner with Archangel Michael. You don't have to be alone. You can even sit to your table if you really want to. You know, break bread with Jesus, your spiritual brother. I've done it. I've done it many times. And usually there's a blessing entailed with that too. There's usually a revelation. There's usually some sort of insight or intuition that comes over you of certain messages or certain things or certain things that you might want to know about. You might get the answers that you're seeking. All right, so bring reverence back to those that lived a life, and through their blood, sweat, and you could be here. Give honor to those people that have passed on, because they still walk with you in spirit. So these dumbasses thought that they could come in and create conflict in you, but you're too clever for that, collective. I guarantee you, you're way too clever for that. All right? Because you tend to be always prepared for whatever is around the corner. You tend to be in alignment. And because the divine walks with you, you're provided for. All right? You are the expert of hard work and hard play. And fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. So don't let life's distractions take you off course. And make a plan for the future. And life will give you all that you need. All right? So, it's got you. All right? And because you walk with no agenda, pure love and everything that you have dreamed will happen when you are ready to give love without expecting anything in return. True givers leave without an agenda. Okay? So I don't think you walk around with an agenda. You know, you're just trying to sustain yourself. You're trying to bestow a blessing upon the earth. You're trying to show up in a positive aspect rather than a karmic one or a negative one. And because of that, you're on the right track. Just even because of that. Okay? And just know that good things are happening for you. Good things are in store for you. The message that you are speaking on, the truth that you need to speak, people are trying to prevent you from speaking that truth. And this is why I get the messenger in the reverse. They're trying to make your message and what you're trying to speak on irrelative. They're trying to make it insignificant. They're trying to ruin your reputation so no one takes you seriously. Meanwhile, these are revelations that have been brought to you. These are understandings that have been brought to you by the divine. Okay, you're not talking shit about anybody. You might be calling people out on their karmic attitudes and karmic behavior, but you're doing this so that way they can recognize and heal it. So that way they can too rise. The thing is that all the people that asked have the possibility of sitting at your table with you. Only if they choose to do the work. But if they choose to not do the work, and if they choose to sign and just sit in the guilt and the envy of it all, that's not your problem. And this is why the divine is making a table in your honor. The divine is making a table in the eye in enemies. And for good reason. Because they will stand in the conviction of their own karma. They will stand and they will watch you eat. They will watch you enjoy that bounty. And they will have no other choice but to sit in their guilt of not being invited, of not being able to sit at your table because of what they're actually done in the past. And this is why the divine makes a table for you. because of that. This time trying to take your message and make it insignificant, it's going to come back to bite them because of that table. Okay? And this is why the divine is saying that you need to be very discerning as to who you make room for. Okay? Because it does who you're going to allow sit at that table. The divine will not make you that table for you to sit at if you're going to invite a bunch of karmics. If you're going to invite a bunch of people that are there in behind the scenes taking advantage of you. The people that are willing to create chaos in your life. The ones that are willing to just walk away from you as if you're insignificant to their environment. Or their healing. You're brought into their life to help them heal. You were brought into their life to help them rise with you. But they chose against it. So the divine is asking you to be very, 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 very discerning as to who you are going to invite to that table. It's space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with your future you are creating. Collective, they don't want you receiving it. They're receiving blessings, abundance, prosperity, healing. They don't want you receiving any of it. Okay? They don't even want you to reinvent yourself, which you are allowed to reinvent yourself, providing you have good intentions with invention. Okay? You're allowed to change up, switch up, and go in a different direction if that's what you feel deep in your heart and soul for that to be. But don't be letting anybody out here, streets here, trying to tell you where you should be going. Because only you know deep within yourself of where that is. You are the one with the divine map of your experience to bring you to where you're needing to go. For this. Okay? So, all these people that don't want you to receive it, that thinking that they're getting the upper hand, thinking that they want it all for themselves, they're going to be left in the dust. The first will become last, and the last will become first. The people that work together to bring you to your demise will be last. And you will first. It is written. And it will be so. As above, so below. As within, so without. Their inner darkness will bring them to the darkest pits of their soul, where the light of your heart and the light of your spirit will help you rise into your next season. And this is why they are left behind. This is why they are not going with you. This is why they never sit at your table. Because of that exact reason. Because they choose to hold darkness in their heart, and they choose to hold darkness in their soul. An ill intention toward. And this is why they are not invited to your table. So collective, you will receive it all. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. Believe in your worth and trust the Source is ready to deliver all that you desire. So open up. Open up to the divine to be able to receive it all, because you're about to receive it. Again, they don't want you to be able to reinvent yourself. They don't want you to be able to be courageous and inspiring. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and integrity. And I think you hold integrity. It's one of your most important attributes, because within integrity, there's honesty, transparency, good intention, right? So you have many, you can juggle them well. All right? Stay integral with that. And don't allow somebody to bring you over to some sort of trickster side, into the karmic energy. It's not made for. Okay? Again, don't allow dumbasses to distract you, because they're going to try. They're going to continue to try to distract you. And it's going to be you're going to need to know discernment as to get up and over that and to alchemize it. All right? If you're an earth angel, you very well could be a star seed as well. Somebody's been trying to take away your light and light. All right? They're trying to slow down your manifestations through hesitation and worry. They want to keep you without faith. They want you to lose faith. And they want you to be creating more darkness than light. Because by creating more darkness rather than light, it's pulling you into that karmic energy. Okay? And this is crucial, to always choose the light and to not allow the karmic energy to get at you. Recognize it for what it is and rebuke it and banish it as you need. All right? Don't slow down manifestation through hesitation or worry. Keep the faith and create light in the dark. Illuminate the darkness. Illuminate what's in the dark, because usually it's nothing. Okay? That's the epitome of darkness. It's absolutely nothing compared to the light. And this is why the darkness tries so hard to take away your light, because they want you to be in nothing. They want you to feel the nothingness that they feel. And this is why they project it onto you in the first place. Okay? So always remain in the light. Always remain in the love and the compassion, but take no shit. All right? The path of the stars is made by the same energy of the light that is always within you. You are light. You are the stars in human form. Okay? So emulate that, embody that. And know that you are untouchable. You are unfuckable. Fructose intolerant. The thing is with them trying to take away your light, you're guarded. And they can't even wrap their head around the guidance and the guarding that you have. Because there's certain things that you don't even know about. You know, there's different situations where, because you're an earth angel and because you have to deal with the underworld, because you have to deal with so much karmic energy, you're in the midst of both, right? Threshold of light and darkness, right? It's what makes you an earth angel. It's because of the trials and tribulations and the challenges that have been put on you to go through. Some of these, the divine uses it as tests, and you're kind of like gone to boot camp throughout your life in order to gain your spiritual clearance, right? And unbeknownst to the karmics, they use this karmic energy. The karmics are thinking that they're going to be the ones that are doing all this shit and to sabotage you and bring you down. Meanwhile, they're the ones that empower your light. Isn't that odd? Isn't that funny? Focus on them. Alright? So everything that they're doing to bring you down is only helping you rise. Alright? You are guided, guarded, and protected by the divine. Don't ever question it. Because it probably has already proved itself over and over and over to you. Okay? Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones and awaken my intuition and guide me. Okay, black bears very well could be significant. Okay? So they don't want you raising the bar, because if you raise the bar, that means you're going to have some sort of happiness come in your life. They don't want you to raise the bar because they want a second chance, collective. Back into their energy because they're fiending and they're on low battery now. They're almost gasping for air because they've been cut off a long time ago. And they're losing their shit. They're losing their minds, allowing them back in. You're not chasing them. You're not going back into their energy, feeling guilty and wanting to apologize for all the shit they did to you. The audacity to think that they want you to apologize for the shit that they... Like, make it make sense. You're probably dealing with a bunch of sociopaths, a bunch of psychopaths, a bunch of narcissists. A bunch of fucked up people. All right? So you letting them go was the best thing you ever did. So don't feel guilty about it. Do not feel guilty. You're raising the bar and they don't like it. All right? When you set a higher standard for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. And when you rise, the ones that actually, think of you of something, so the ones that feel that you matter to them are going to rise with you. All right? Because they're going to do the work. It's going to be evident. But the ones that don't want to do the work, leave them behind for good reason. Right? Because they are not sitting at your table. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to hold compassion and understanding to certain people because of their situations. And then there's a time and a place to not give two fucks what is going on. Okay? And that's coming straight from spirit. Do not throw pearls before swine. Do not help those that do not help themselves. Do not help those that are not willing to go the extra mile to help you. Because if they're not going to help you, why the fuck should you waste your even your energy, let alone your time? The people that want to show up for you in your life will show up. And the people that don't, that's their problem. Okay? So raise the bar, because you know what, collective? You're about to have some major happiness come into your life. And these motherfucking karmics, okay? These degenerates, these insignificant shits are going to be butthurt about it. They're going to be fuming. They're going to be screaming. They're going to be angry at the fact that you're getting blessings coming in. You got abundance coming in. You got prosperity coming in. You got major stability coming in. It's literally around the corner. I can smell it. I can spiritually smell the prosperity, the abundance, the healing that is about to be bestowed on you. Okay? And they can't do shit about it. Everything is here. Right here in the now. So embrace the spiritual belief. Everything already exists in the here and the now. In the moment. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have. Attitude of gratitude. That is what ultimately propels you forward. Okay? The thing is, collective, they didn't want you to be happy. They didn't want you to think that everything was here and available, or that you were even worthy of happiness. And that's what really gets me the most, is the fact that they didn't feel that you were worthy of happiness. And the thing is that you're very self-reliant. They tried to make you out to be a dependent, that you were depending on absolutely everybody. But you know what? Others depend on you. And the whole thing is that people abandoned you. People outright abandoned you. Because you were being thrown and pelted with spiritual warfare, and they left you for dead. They left you and they walked on. Because they didn't understand. They didn't understand what you were going through. They couldn't wrap their head around it. Some of these people were benevolent. Some of these people were otherwise, to the contrary. Something's going on, and some people didn't. Some people were infiltrated to walk away from you. And some of them are kicking themselves now. Because they know they should have stood with you. They know now they should have stood with you, and they should have stood their ground. They should have stuck up for you. They should have spoke up, but they didn't. And instead they allowed the lie to overcase everything that you were trying to grow and that you were trying to become. From the lessons that you learned, from the enlightenment. They tried to keep you from that. Not realizing what you are actually walking to. Not realizing you were guided by the divine. Alright? So, I think for a lot of you, that are resonating with this message tonight, you were made out to be dependent, a needy person, very demanding person. Meanwhile, you're very easygoing. Meanwhile, you're very compromising. You compromised your whole life. You were a people pleaser at one point. They tried to make you feel worthless. They tried to make you feel like whatever you did didn't matter. Everything that you did wasn't good enough. So you would try harder, and you would try harder to up what you already sold, what you already did. You tried to updo everything, and this is how you got so good at what you do. Because you learned quality over quantity. You learned to do a good job, to not do a half-assed job. You had no choice but to do a good job, to focus on quality. Because you had these motherfuckers telling you it wasn't good enough. Over and over. Saying, go back, do it again, do it again, do it again. To the point where you perfected it, and where they couldn't say shit about you. They couldn't say shit about what you were doing and how you were moving. And this is what bugged them the most. Because you were showing how self-reliant you are. And you were actually showing now how they need you instead. A lot of these people that walked away from you are now reaping their karma because they walked away from you, because they didn't accept their healing. They didn't accept the messages that you were giving. They made these to them absolutely insignificant. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't care to hear it. They didn't want to take accountability even. They didn't care. And now they're kicking themselves because of it. They're in their emotions. They're angry. Some of them are beside themselves. Some of them, they can't sleep. They can't even deal with their daily life right now. They're wasting away because of their karma. Because of their idiocy. They're they're scoundrels. They're degenerates. They're insignificant. Because of their choices of allowing the darkness within their heart and their soul to become them. There's a lot of people that are looking back at what you said and realizing you were telling the truth the whole time. You were trying to warn them. You're trying to help them. You're trying to save them from karma, from pain, from suffering. And they thought you were delusional. That's on them now, collective. You can let go of that. Because they will not sit at the table. And they can sit and they can be haunted with what they've done. Because now they need you and you're nowhere to be found. Now they need you to help them, to heal them, to make things better for them. And now you're nowhere to be found. And no one can emulate what you provided. They've tried to search for you and they've come up empty. For good reason. And it is to haunt them. This is divine vengeance. For them, they made their own decisions. They have to lay in the bed they made. Collective, this is the end of the reading. Be good to yourself. Know that you're on the right track. And know that the best parts of life are just around the corner. Have a good evening. Thank you for the support. And I'll catch you in the next